It's been a long time since I've watched a movie in the middle of the day, full on, sun out, that gave me chills the way that His House did. His House is a 2020 film that comes in at 1 hour and 33 minutes, and the IMDb has it listed as a psychological horror, supernatural horror, a drama, a horror, a thriller. It's all of those things. Now, this is directed by Remy Weeks, and it's also written by Remy Weeks, Felicity Evans, and Toby Venables. In the film, we see Sope Dirisu, we also see Wunmi Masako, we also see Malaika Wakali Abigaba. Now, the quick description from IMDb says that a refugee couple makes a harrowing escape from war-torn South Sudan, but then they struggle to adjust to their new life in an English town that has an evil lurking beneath the surface. Now, this is a film that has several different stories, several different plot lines going at one time, and that works very well for this film. Now, like it said, we see this married couple. They're coming into England, and the first story that you are getting from this is that of basically a refugee family who's left this war-torn country, and all the things that you could just imagine would go through with having to leave everything you know and go off to another place in hopes of not only living but starting a new life. The entrance of the film, we're being introduced to the couple, and they're coming off of some kind of like confinement and whatnot. They're being given the basics: a house to live, food, that type of stuff, and essentially they're going to be like on a year probation of, hey, look, you know what, we're going to see if you assimilate, we're going to see how you do, and then we're going to revisit to see if you can stay or go. So this is very exciting and all this type of stuff. Now, one of the ironies in this is that, of course, they've left this, the war-torn country. They're looking to survive, they're looking for freedom, they're looking for this, and you start hearing all the rules and you hear how their life's going to be, which obviously is better than dying, right? But you immediately are entrenched into the expectation, the stigma that they go through of being in a new country on their terms. Now, one thing that this also does with the film is by setting it up in this way of, you've just come from over here, you're on a trial situation here, we'll see how it goes. Well, you already know when things start to pop off, they have a lot to lose, okay? And that raises everything, the bar and whatnot, in this film. Now, without going into spoiler alerts, as you can imagine, there is going to be some supernatural stuff going on in this movie. Now, when you want to talk about jump scares and imagery, this is top notch, okay? It kind of reminded me of the feeling that the original Ring gave me, and very unsettling imagery and like major jump scares. Another thing that this does is it creates a sense of claustrophobia, because not only do you feel claustrophobic and confined in the space that they can move in their new world before you even get to anything supernatural, but you're also confined in this house and in that world. They are basically just living in a very tiny bubble. Now, another thing that's going on here is the relationship between the couple. She very much still has one foot in her rooted at home, let's say. He is wanting to assimilate. He's going out. He wants to dress like the way he sees people, this type thing. And this will play into the broader theme and energy of the movie. Now, once things do start to happen, once you start to realize, oh, okay, this is, things are going bump in the night. One thing that was interesting is the fact that, number one, they very quickly don't really question, like, okay, are we being haunted? Like, what's going on? It's more like, why is that taking place? What's going on? How do we deal with this? Now, the husband at first is like, no, I don't believe that, typical male figure in a movie, right? Something, oh, what's going on with the wife, that kind of thing, whatever. Yeah, but then very quickly, once there's that, it's, okay, here we go. So that part made that interesting, because oftentimes what we see are Americanized hauntings where it's like, that's not even a possibility that we're being haunted. We have to get over that hump first. Whereas this, it's like, oh, no, okay, this is what's going on. This is legit. What's going on? How do we appease these spirits or whatever? Now, on that level, there is a broader thing, broader storyline going on beneath the surface of this story. And you're going to get this through flashbacks and, dream kind of sequence type stuff or whatever. One of the things that this film doesn't do well, in my opinion, is there is a little bit of blurriness when it comes to memories or going over here, going over there, to where if you blink, you might be like, wait, is this real? How do we end up here? But also it kind of works to create that sense of reality being smeared a little bit. One of the things, and that we'll see through flashbacks in this, is their journey to England and how difficult and tragic it was. And again, there's twofold going on to that. That will inform the larger theme of the movie, but it's also obviously a scary journey in and of itself to watch somebody go through, and the trials and tribulations of that. Now, the scenery in this, the setting, is so on point. Now, I've never been to England, so I don't know what it's like over there, but the house, the neighborhood, the vibe, the color tone of like the film that they used and whatnot, it's all very bleak, it's all very gray, it's all very just that kind of energy. It's definitely has like a dark, sinister vibe to it, a desolate vibe to it that will add to that confinement, that will add to the being trapped with whatever is going on in this household. Chope and Wumi's performances in this are amazing, okay? They absolutely carry this film. They have to, obviously, right? They're the main characters. They are amazing. There's so many things that are going on with them as a couple in this movie. Their journey, their struggles, their new life, the sinisterness of the home and what's taking place with that, and then how this informs them as a couple. There's a major grand reveal at the end of this film that will make you go, wham! Okay, it elevates the film to up here. To me, it's done very well. To me, it was done very nice. But it will definitely change your whole perspective of everything you've seen. And it's very difficult for a film to pull that off. However, I do think this does that well. They kind of have you going along here, and there's definitely curveballs coming, but this curveball, you're like, whoa. Oh my gosh. And it informs so many of the plot lines in the film. So, that being said, 100% suggest seeing this. It is on Netflix. The date of this recording is September 12th, 2024. And it's an older film, like I said, but I just kind of am revisiting with Halloween coming up and whatnot. So I want to put these films out here that I'm seeing that I really enjoy and invite you to watch them. So if you have watched it, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But, keep it non-spoiler alert best you can. Warn everybody about your stuff down there. So this film gets a slice, a spice, and a dice. Totally made me put my phone down for the whole time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely, like I said, gave me the scares, the chills, and I watched it during the daytime, okay, or early evening, but it's still light outside here. So, definitely go check it out. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. And until we gather around the big screen, the little screen, whatever screen you're watching on, I'll see y'all soon.